what is the luxury market in India. So basically in my presentation, which I kept it very short specifically to make sure that we could get some provocative questions to be also answered, if possible, by you guys, with some of your inputs, which are typically very precious at our end. We need to know exactly what are we talking about when we talk about the luxury market in India. So I'm glad that Michael spoke about demographics and the analysis of the market. The data, I must share with him, are not always very precise, but obviously we're looking at trends. We're looking at what people feel would be the next, booming thing to look at and to define their lifestyle. So when we look at furniture, we don't look at selling furniture, for example, because we're talking about top-end furniture. We're looking at lifestyle. So basically, the question would be, apart from the ones that you see over there that I'll summarize later on, are we ready in India to upgrade our lifestyle? Because by adding more luxurious things in your homes, you're basically upgrading your entire lifestyle. And typically, the chain is you start with buying more food, you start to buy two-wheelers, the four-wheelers, the house, the bathroom, maybe the kitchen, and then the sitting room, because progressively you've got more money. So this is the trend that typically we're looking at. So the big question would be, are we already at the end of this process so that there are people, many people, or enough people, that can actually, upgrade their lifestyle by putting some design and highly, cultural intensive product in their homes? That's a big question. So the big questions are, how ready is India to plan their luxurious space? How do they get to have a new house? Do they look at architects? Do they look at their friends overseas and so on? So the big question is India ready? Is the top end that Michael clearly pointed out of the pyramid, is the tip of the pyramid ready to look at it with the sort of clear-cut understanding on what they will be buying, putting the right added value to what they're buying when they do it? Again, how do we create an environment that is design, incentivizing the design trend, which was of course part of whatever high-end products we're selling. We were talking about cars, of course, jewelry, of course, if every other item that contains design becomes exclusive. But is it exclusive because people like it? Is it exclusive because it costs so much? Big question. But we are, of course, looking at people who understand design, because otherwise, as I keep having as a feedback when I try to sell a very nice sofa for about 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs, I believe everybody is familiar with that. I mean, they would say, no, the carpenter across the street can do it for me for 1. So obviously, there's a big question there. And then again, are we ready to make sure that whatever we brand and whatever we promote it to the customers is clearly perceived as something that creates a personality profile, so that we can characterize that also in the future with our potential activities in terms of marketing and branding. So we are now looking at a situation where we know that India has a real strong pull for the luxurious things. And of course the per capita income has grown to a level that some people, it could be 1 million or 2 million or maybe 5 million, but in any case, a number of people that seems to be already considerable for us, because 5 million would be the entire Holland, the Netherlands, just to give you an idea. It's like the Netherlands all full of billionaires. So it is something that matters, but of course it's something that has to be channeled in a proper way. And I believe that the organized approach that newcomers are trying to input into this market will favor the consumer in the future. Because obviously, if we talk about luxurious and exclusive items, in the past what we've had was typically an idea of I'll buy it through an acquaintance of mine, I'll buy it through a trader, through a dealer. Now we are trying to come into India with an organized way of selling the products, giving the customer the same experience that they would have if they bought it in Italy.